Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Now today, I'm going to be talking about why Storm in Wizard101 is my least favorite school. Now this may be like, gasp, what? What do you mean, Noah? Like some people might be saying that. It's just, there's a few solid reasons for me why Storm is my least favorite school in Wizard101. And this is crazy, it might sound crazy to some people, because some people are like, Noah, you love schools that hit things. Funny big number go burr, right? That kind of thing. And that's definitely an aspect of it, right? One of my least favorite schools in the game is ice. But it's important to note that there are other things that I find appealing beyond that. So let me look at my handy dandy cheat sheet over here, because my brain is very scattered and I'm very tired right now. So I wrote down some things that I want to talk about. So let's get into the reasons why Storm is my least favorite. But before we do that, I would like to say, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Just let me know in the comments below. I know that this opinion is going to be more unpopular. A lot of people aren't going to agree with it. So argue with me in the comments. That's okay. I love talking with people in the comments and arguing with them. It's super fun. Just keep it cordial, right? Like, I think that's always really fun in YouTube comments. So, yeah, let's get into it. Now, the first overarching section I have for why Storm is my least favorite is that it is boring. Now, there's a few main reasons why I think it's boring, but let's get started with the biggest one, I think, in the modern Wizard101 scene, and that's the fact that Storm is just fire, but worse right now. What I mean by this is that with the new updates that have been released, the catacombs, all that kind of stuff, in the recent times, fire, for some reason, started getting more damage than Storm. Now this, at level 100, there's still, Storm is still stronger, still has more damage. But for some reason, with the inclusion of Paradox gear and stuff like that, they started giving fire more and more damage. And the best way to visualize this, in my opinion, is to just look at the Dragoon gear. The Storm's Dragoon gear gives, like, I think the hat gives 29 maybe, and the boots give 33. The Fires gives 30 and 36. So, for some reason, fire has more damage now. And this is especially prevalent when you get into things like the Tritus runs, and you see that a lot of fires have just more base damage than a lot of the storms. Like, fires can get up to 200 damage right now, and I don't think that's true for storms. I think they can get up to like 190 or something, but on average, most fires nowadays have more base damage. And the reason why this feels unsatisfying, and it's one reason that Storm is boring for me, is the fact that why would I ever pick Storm when I could pick Fire, have a similar damage output, maybe even slightly higher, and on top of that, have 7,000 health rather than 5,000? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would I purposefully shoot myself in the foot like that? I feel like nowadays, and now in the modern Wiz scene, is that Storm just objectively really isn't as good as fire in a lot of ways. Now, I would like to say the one exception I would say to this is Tempest. Tempest is really good for Storm because it gives them a very high damage output, right? If you start with 5 pips plus an enchant, this is going to be doing 700 at base, which compared to Meteor Strike, which is only like 620, that's pretty darn good, which kind of makes up for the damage. But it still feels very underwhelming when you're going in as a Storm and you look next to you and the fire that's there has more damage than you. Like, what's the point in being the hitter when other people can do it better? So that really, for me, is the biggest thing about Storm right now. Now, the second thing I'd like to say is that it doesn't feel particularly challenging, which is really strange because you would think that fire wouldn't be really challenging either, and death, which is my favorite school, isn't particularly challenging as well, but I think that it's not challenging in an unsatisfying way. Whereas death, in a way, right, you need to actually still be strategic about it, because you don't have nearly as much damage output, and it's you know, it's actually tense in battles sometimes, and I don't think that I can say the same for Storm. For me, a lot of Storm, especially once you get Tempest, is just seeing how quick you can kill the boss, because you could do it realistically in 2 or 3 rounds, especially if you have other people with you. You're going to be doing it very, very fast. But I don't think that this is, for me, is as much of a major point as the first one. But I would like to say that this has definitely been a major cause of Storm for me, and its downfall. And if you know me, I've talked about it before in the past with some of my deleted wizards, but I deleted a level 96 Storm just because I really, really didn't enjoy playing him. Like, every time I played him, I was just bored out of my mind, and I wasn't having a fun time. And then another, to add to that, this Storm I have here, level 118, who's in Mirage, has been in Mirage for like 3 or 4 years now, and I haven't really moved him on. Like, I think over the last course of the year, I've gone from like the first quest of Mirage to the Sultana's Lounge, and that's it. So I made it like 20 quests in, I don't know, something like that. It's just so boring, and I don't really even know what it is. Like, beyond what I said, I've never experienced another school that bores me the same way that Storm bores me, and it's just really strange. Because it's not like the aesthetic is necessarily bad, right? Like, it looks cool. Like, Glowbugs is a cool looking spell. Like, Storm Owl looks sick. It's still one of the coolest spells in the game. I love King Artorias on any school. I mean, Tempest is kind of the most boring spell they have. You just kind of splash people, but really, I don't think the aesthetic's a problem. I just don't particularly find it interesting. I think, is that all the points I had? Okay, the last point I have, and this is something that isn't as true, but it's definitely still a true thing for me, is that it has to do with popularity as well. Now, I don't know if you guys are like this too, but when I see something and I see it being extremely popular, it makes me want to do it less. I know that some people, it's the opposite. They see a popular thing and they want to do it more, but I feel like there's definitely a significant group of people that are like that. I'd like to say, and these numbers aren't accurate, right? But there's like 1 million Storm Wizards, right? But how many Myth Wizards are there that you see? How many Life Wizards are there that you see? Stuff like that. Like, when I do Darkmoor runs, I almost never see Myth Wizards. Myth Wizards are like a rare and dying breed, and they have been for a very long time, because it's just, I think Myth just doesn't interest a lot of people. But Storm, they're everywhere. Honestly, I see more Storms than Fires, despite the fact that Fire is just really objectively better right now. And to me, that just makes me want to play it less, because, like, why would I just want to be another Storm when I could be someone who has a different role, who can do something different? And that's definitely one of the reasons why I like Death so much. I love playing Death, because it's an entirely different style of playing. Whether it be because you heal people, or it be because you heal yourself, you're more support, you use feints more, all that kind of stuff. I just really like it. I think that Death, for me, was much more fun than any other thing I've done before. And actually, you can see here, the Dragoon Hat actually only has 28 damage, so I lied to you. I definitely... I didn't lie to you, I just didn't know what it was. But really, that's all I wanted to go over today. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below. But it's a real shame, I feel like, because I feel like Storm could be my favorite school. It could be one of the funnest schools in this game, but it just isn't in the modern Wizard101 scene. So, that's it. Yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you liked it enough that you want to sub to my channel, why not? I'm sorry that I'm a bit more rambly. I'm just really tired. My sleep schedule is completely broken right now, and I am very sorry for that. But I'm trying. I'm making videos. I'm having fun making videos still. You know, people are looking down. They're saying, Noah, you're gonna run out of video ideas if you upload daily. And I like to say I've uploaded daily for the last 2 years, and I've only run out of video ideas for like half of the days. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next one. Have a fantastic day. Adios.